What is going on, TCG squad? We're here. It's another day. We are actually less than a week out. I have my planetary qualifier on Saturday. I will be taking Cad Bane, Tarkin Town. I've been putting some reps in it. Hopefully we can do good. I'm a little concerned because we do have a lot of Kiras popping up. So it's kind of scary, you know. So soft control decks can really hurt mid-range decks. It's just a triangle, right? Aggro beats control, control beats mid-range, mid-range beats control. That's the triangle. Then you have variations of that, right? But I have made some sideboard adjustments to deck. I'll share that updated deck list in my last video. But right now, we got some more spoilers today, and I actually want to kind of go over them. And we also upgraded the layout of the stream a little bit. Not this scene right here, but the next swing. But go ahead and get started. Let's do it. All right, so we're gonna talk about the spoilers for today. We got a handful of spoilers. I think there's a couple that I missed out. So I just want to go ahead and talk about them here. The first one I actually want to bring up here. Let me set this into presentation mode because it's just easier to see for everybody. Is Darth Revan's lightsabers. It's a 2-cost upgrade. It has +2 attack, +2 defense. And it says attached to a non-vehicle unit, which is pretty standard for lightsabers. And if attached unit is a Sith, it gains grit. Okay, so right off the rip, my first impression is I actually really like grit. It's actually going to make a unit a lot more powerful, especially if you could attach this to a Sentinel that they have to swing into and can't kill. I really do like this. Because that means the Sentinel swings in and just does more damage. So I'm actually really excited about this card. Now, I'm going to bring up Darth Revan, and just so I can compare the two. So Darth Revan has 3/6, and he has, with a 2/2, he's a 5/8. So he actually is pretty beefy with his lightsaber. Meaning, if someone swings in, let's say he has 7 points of damage on him, he's going to get 5 + 7, so 12 additional attacks. So that's not too bad. During my video the other day, my short, I was talking about Darth Revan here. I wasn't too impressed by Darth Revan, to be perfectly honest. I don't know. I think the giving experience token to that friendly unit, if it attacks another unit and survives, is a little difficult. I think you would have to play shields to help really get the value from it. Or if the unit's really strong and you know you can kill, like pluck off a smaller unit, then I think it's okay. But I'm trying to see how you could build him. I think Darth Revan, if you do build it, I think my initial thoughts is you go aggression. I'm not sure right now. I don't think you want to go Tarkin Town. If you're going to go full aggro, you might go with that 27 rare base, but I'm not sure. But let's move on to the next one. All right. The next up is we have Jedi Counselor. This is a 2-cost ground unit. His aspects are going to be command and heroism. Has 1 attack, 4 defense. Its traits are force and Jedi. And it says action, use the force, meaning you lose that token. And then you can play a unit from your hand. It costs 2 less. My initial impressions is actually, I think this is pretty good. Anytime you can play something or resource cheat, I think it's very, very good. Now, obviously, you need to have the ability to gain the force again so you can use it again. And there will be events that allow you to generate force. There's going to be things that allow you to generate force and use the force. But anytime you can play something for cheaper, I'm actually a fan of it. Again, for a heroism, I'm not too big of a fan of heroism because I tend to play villainy. I'm not saying heroism is bad. I just stick to one archetype, which is usually villainy. But I forgot to mention some rules. We're doing smash or pass. So if it's smash, we say smash is a good. Pass, we don't think it's gonna make the cut. So I missed it on the Revan's lightsaber. I'm gonna consider that a smash. But on the Jedi Counselor, I'm gonna go ahead and give it a smash because I think it's actually pretty good. To be honest, I like anything that you can save cost on it. I think it's good. So let's go on. Now we have the Sith Legionnaire. This is a 2-cost ground unit. Its aspects are command and villainy. It's a 2/2, and it says while you control another villainy unit, this unit gains +2 attack. So right now he's going to be like essentially when you first play him, if he's like your round 1 play, he's going to only be 2 power. But I think the idea behind this card is you're going to go ahead and drop it, take initiative, whatever. Play another card your next turn, and then now it has 4, and then you can swing in for 4. But the fact that it still only has 2 defense makes him a little bit weaker because he can probably get traded in. By the time you play a card, your opponent's going to immediately attack it and kill it because he doesn't want to take 4 damage that early, right? So it's a conditional +2. I think if you're going super wide, it's good. But I don't know. I can't. I'm indifferent on this one. I don't think it's good, and I don't think it's great. So I'm gonna go ahead. Yeah, guys, I'm gonna have to call this. We're gonna have to go with pass on this one. So let's go to the next card. All right. Next up, we have the Jedi Guardian. He is a 5-cost ground unit. His aspects are vigilance and heroism. He has 4 attack and 8 defense, and his traits are Force Jedi, and his text says, while this unit is defending, it gets +2 attack. So initial impression, I think this card's actually really good. He's a 4/8, and if he's defending, he's a 6/8. He's only 5 resources, and I think that's extremely, I think that's a good cost for such a big butt. Because if you think about Jabba costs 4 resources, and he's a 2/8. This one costs 1 more, and he's a 4/8, and then he also has text on the field. Now, if you can give this card like Sentinel, then he's really good. And if there's a way you can give him Grit, then he's extremely good. Right? I know I'm saying a lot of conditionals, but just analyzing from what I see from the start, I actually think this card is good. So let's go ahead. We're going to give this a smash. Hey guys, let me know in the chat if you guys are watching. Let me know if there's any cards that you're particularly excited about or anything like that. Hey, Next SU Podcast on here. Appreciate you joining me. But yeah, let me know if any of the cards that have been spoiled already. Are you excited about any of those cards? I think almost the whole internet was excited seeing Revan. But, you know, I think he's meh. Maybe, hopefully, with some more cards, he might be better. But let's go on to the next one. All right, next card we have is HK47. Gonna start posting Cassian spoilers. Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. Actually gonna watch right after this. So, all right, HK47 is a 2-cost ground unit. Its aspects are aggression and villainy. He's a 2/4. His traits are Sith Droid, and his text reads, when an enemy unit is defeated, deal 1 damage to its controller base. First impression, as an aggro player, I like this card, right? Because I like the fact that I can kill something, I can do a little bit of damage, and then I can swing in and do more damage. This is the ideal card for me, especially if I'm playing another deck that tends to go wide. That's just free damage I can put on their base, right? So I'm actually a big fan of HK47. Now, he's really good because he's a legendary. So he has to be good, right? I want to say this might be the first legendary that's a 2 resource cost, right? Guys, if I'm wrong, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think we've had a legendary that's two resources. For me, as an aggro player, I actually really like this card. I think it's going to get use. We're still going to see it in play. Is it going to be like a meta staple? I'm not sure. But the fact that it's Sith, if we're going to have any Sith trait keywords that we can play with, I might be excited. Plus, droid, hey, you might be able to create a Grievous deck with some droids. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to give this a smash. I actually like this card. All right, next up. What up, people in the chat? So the next card we have is Death Field. This is a 4-cost event. Its aspects are aggression and villainy. The text on the card reads, deal 2 damage to each non-vehicle unit. If you control a force unit, draw a card. Hey, what's up, Jackal? Let's see. So this is a rare. So you get to do 2 damage across the board, right? As long as it's not a vehicle, right? So this is a good way to clear if there's something that's going to go wide. I think that's pretty good. And if you control a force unit, it allows you to draw a card. Again, I think card draw is pretty good. Typically, if you're doing like a double red deck, like a Kylo, I don't want to draw cards because I want to buff up Kylo. But this is a pretty cool card that allow you to kind of clear out the field. So I've seen more tokens coming into the set, this set. So I wonder if there's going to be a play on tokens. Remember, there's still that Vader Swarm deck. Maybe this is just another card that Force Villainy can have in their decks that help clear out some of that Swarm. I'm actually a fan of the card. I'm not too happy with the cost because it's 4. But if you can at least kill 2 units, I think it's okay. But if you can... So it's a conditional, right? So the bigger the board, the way more value you get out of this card. The smaller the board, then it's not really worth it. So I think we'll see this card maybe in play, but in niche scenarios, and what the meta will be. If we're going like a wide meta, this is going to be a must in every villainy deck. That's aggression. If it's not going to be that wide, then I don't think this card is going to be that great. But let's see. This is difficult. This one's a difficult, y'all. What do you guys think? Is this a good card or is it a bad card? Let me know in the chat. I'm going to, so I'm kind of inclined with, I like villainy. I like dark villainy force. So I might be a little biased, but I'll go ahead and give it a smash right here. So let's go up to the next card. Okay. The next one we have here is the Jedi Sentinel. This is a 4-cost ground unit. Its aspects are cunning, heroism. It has 5 attack, 4 defense, and it has Sentinel. So my first impressions here, when I see 4 costs, we have a little bit more attack than defense and Sentinel. That's actually not bad. I'm trying to think what would actually, do we want to have a 4-cost Jedi Sentinel at this price point at that early of the game? I guess if you're going against an aggressive deck, you want to protect your base. But I think Ahsoka, you guys correct me if I'm wrong, she's 4 costs as well. Why wouldn't I think Ahsoka's better, personally. Let's see, Jackal. The card art makes me want to pick up a starter deck. Yo, you should definitely pick up a starter deck. The game is a lot of fun. It's actually one of my favorite Star Wars games. Now, I used to play Star Wars Destiny, which I really liked, but I'm really enjoying Star Wars Unlimited. So if you haven't played it, definitely pick it up. The new Boba deck is very easy to learn. It's a burn deck. But I think if anyone's going to get into Star Wars Unlimited, it's set 5, Legends of the Force. Why? Because it's a whole set themed around Jedis and Sith. And if you like Star Wars, this is the time you get into this game because you're about to see everything. Plus, you have Revan, you have Malik, you have Darth Maul, you have Qui-Gon Jinn. Like, why not? It's like everybody you would want to play in Star Wars. But back to the card here, guys. For a 4-costed Jedi Sentinel that is cunning. So think about who would use this. Potentially Quinlan can use this card in his deck, right? Okay, Jackal, Bet Brody, I'm on it. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I like to see, man. But yeah, so Quinlan actually would like this deck, this card in the deck. Obviously, he already has some force units that he can use. This is actually just a little bit more value. I don't know if you actually want to use it in the current meta, but I am interested in seeing how he would use it in the next meta. And I think it's actually a pretty good card. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go give this a smash. I think I like Sentinels a little bit stronger too. 4 costs is not bad. I think this would be, you're definitely gonna play this in limited. I'm gonna tell you this much. This is really good for limited. All right, next up we have a Liberated by Darkness. It's a 5-cost event. His aspects are cunning and villainy. It says use the force. If you do, take control of a non-leader unit. At the start of the regroup phase, its owner takes control of it. Basically, y'all, this is change of heart. It's literally change of heart, and it costs 1 less. Change of heart costs 6. This one costs 5. Why? Because you have to get rid of a token. Now, I personally like Change of Heart. I think it's a very good legendary. This is actually a rare. So if you're getting into the game and you don't have Change of Heart, well, this is going to be what you use, right? And actually, this might be better than Change of Heart because the fact that you spend 1 less resource. So if one of your opponents plays something big, sure, I'm going to use Liberated by Darkness, take control of it. Maybe attack into something, do a 2-way trade, and now you crippled them, right? I actually like this a lot. I'm a fan of Change of Heart. And since we're going to see Jedis or Sith, why not take advantage and steal them and attack with them and help push more damage to get you to victory? So I'm actually a fan of this card. I'm definitely going to give this a smash. I think this card will see play. It's cool. Smash for sure. Yeah, for sure, dude. I agree with you. All right, next up we have the Tukada. I may have said that wrong. Star Wars, Star Wars names could be wild. This is a 3-cost ground unit. Its aspects is just aggression. It's a 4 attack and 2 defense. Its trait is creature, and it says hidden. So hidden is a new mechanic that says this unit can be attacked if it was played this phase. So for a 4/2, it's not too bad. Keep in mind, like the B1 platform droid, for 3 resources, he's a 5/2. But this has that keyword hidden, meaning as an aggro player, I like this because if I play him, it can't get killed unless they use a spell, like an event to kill it, but they can't attack into it. So this is actually very cool because now you can, get him stronger and then swing in when you want. And they really have to control him only with events. So I'm wondering, as I'm seeing the hidden keyword, could we potentially build a deck that's predominantly hidden? Because that would be crazy, because that means your opponent can't really directly smash into you or get you off the board. They would have to use events to take your units out. So the way I see this, hidden might be is going to be the aggression or the aggro build early on, because you can just play your units and just start attacking, hitting the base, and your opponent's going to try to race you. If they're a slower deck, like maybe a mid-range deck, control deck, I don't know if they'll be able to control your whole board. So this is actually pretty good as aggro player. I'm gonna give this a smash. I think it's pretty good. All right, next up we have the Jedi Knight. This is a 3-cost ground unit. His aspects are aggression and heroism. It has 3 attack and 3 defense. His traits are force and Jedi. And his text on the card says, or her text says, when played, if you have the initiative, deal 2 damage to an enemy ground unit. For 3 cost, 3/3, I think that's okay. The conditional is when you play it, if you have an initiative, doing 2 damage to a ground unit is very nice. But sometimes I'm not fan of these type of conditionals, because if you're a slower deck or that tends to go wide, you might never use the when played trigger. And if you never use a win play trigger, why would you play this card? Because I think there could be other cards that are better at that 3 resource cost, right? So I have mixed feelings about this. I do like that it is Force. I do like that it is Jedi, right? So you can you'll get some synergy off those any Force or Jedi cards that you may have on your deck. I'm just not a fan of these conditional when played. Right? I like Ruthless Raider. When you play it, you do 2 damage to a unit and a base. That's it. There's no condition to it. Now, Ruthless Raiders, let's be honest, is pretty busted for an uncommon. It's literally one of the best ships in the game. It's been out since set 1, and it's still in every single deck and 4 sets in. So I get it. Not everything can be that busted, but I'm gonna have to. I don't know. What do you guys chat? Let me know what you guys think about this card. Hit me in the comments. I'm gonna say. I'm curious to see what chat says. Chat. What do you guys think of this one? I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna say this is a pass. And if you disagree with me, hey, let me know in the comments. Let me know I'm crazy. I'll totally understand. All right. Next up, we have the. I don't even know how to say this. Terran Tactic. It's a 5 cost ground unit. Its aspect is command. It has 5 attack and 5 defense. Its trait is creature. And its text on this card, while an opponent controls a force unit, this unit gains ambush. Again, this one is a conditional keyword ambush. 5/5 is a 5/5/5, which is not bad. Normally, I would say pass on this card, but, okay, hear me out, y'all, but since Legends of the Force is pretty much a Force-based set, I think most of the time you'll have ambush. Now, I think this applies for limited, like sealed or draft. I don't know how useful it would be in constructed, because I think there's going to be several decks that are still going to be pretty good, even if you're not using some of the newer set mechanics. So, for example, and if you guys are new, Sabine, she's been good for 4 sets, and she just gets a little bit better each set. So, like, if you're going against a Sabine, this card doesn't help you. You need the ambush to take her units out. So, because it's a conditional, and I'm not a fan of conditionals, I like just static effect, I'm going to go ahead and rate this pass. Sorry, Terran Tactic. I don't know how you say your name, bro. So, all right. Next up, we have Cure Wounds. This is a 1 cost event. Its aspects are vigilance, and it says use the force. If you do, heal 6 damage from a unit. So again, 1 cost, that's a resource to heal 6 damage on a unit. I think that's very good. It's just vigilance, so any either heroism or villainy can use it. If you're having some sentinels to help protect your base, it's a great way to heal them. It's a great way to heal your leaders. I don't think this card is bad. I know there's not a lot of healing in the deck and the game now. Most of it's restore, you heal your base. Not many people use cards to heal units, but since this is all like a force theme, hey, you know, you can force heal, man. Why not? I'm actually okay with this card. I'm gonna go ahead and give this a smash. I actually don't have 0 problem with this card. I think it's pretty good. Let's go on. All right, next up we have Darth Malik. He's a 5 cost ground unit. He has, his aspects is just villainy. He has 4 attack and 7 defense. His trait are 4th and Sith. He has Overwhelm. So if you're new or haven't played Star Wars Unlimited, Overwhelm is a keyword that allows you to do damage over the character's remaining health. For example, if a character has 1 remaining health and you attack with Malik and you're going to hit him for 4, you'll do 1 damage to kill that unit. The other 3 damage goes to the base. And then the When Played ability on the card says, if you control a Sith Leader unit, you may ready this unit. So initial impressions, I like it because of the synergy with Darth Revan, right? And if you guys played KOTOR, I know everyone has played Knights of the Old Republic, right? And if you haven't, you need to play it. Literally one of the best games ever. Malik was Revan's, there could only be two, a master and an apprentice. Was an apprentice. So the fact that he just synergizes very well with Revan, he means when you put him on the field, he's already ready because you're going to have a Sith leader in Revan, right? So for 5 costs, yeah, I'd be like, but it does make up for the fact that he has a little bit more defense for a 5 cost unit, and Overwhelm is extremely good. And again, if you're going to play him, you're probably going to play Revan. So I actually like this card. I'm going to go ahead and give it a pass, but I want to see his lightsaber. If his lightsaber, I'm guessing is going to be a 2-cost lightsaber. He's probably going to be better. But I'm curious to see what his lightsaber is going to do. Even attaching Revan's lightsaber on him, giving him grit, I think that's also really good. I'm a fan of it. It's not the best, but it's not the worst, right? So that's why I went ahead and gave it a pass. I already did this one. I don't know why that's on there twice. All right. Next up, we have the Forged Starfighter. This is a 1-cost space unit. It has aspects are villainy. It has 1 attack and 1 defense. Its traits are Sith, vehicle, and fighter. It has the keyword hidden, and it has the keyword raid 1. So again, if you're new to the game, raid 1 is another mechanic that when you are attacking, it gives you +1 attack. But if your opponent's attacking into you, you don't get that +1. You stay at that base cost, right? So for a 1 cost, basically 1/1, I think this is fine. It's hidden, so your opponent can't swing into it. Of course, they could use card abilities and events to kill it, but the fact that you can attack, again, remember that hidden concept I was talking about earlier? You can create a whole deck on hidden. That's exciting to me, and as an aggro player, I love it, right? So I'm gonna say I'm gonna give this one. It's a common card, so it's good. If you're playing like a Vader Swarm deck, throw some of these guys in there, right? I think they might be helpful because you can quickly hit that. You can attack with this thing. Vader will allow you to create a token, and then you just start swarming. So I think this is going to be part of one of that. You can probably build up that Vader Swarm deck and build it some more. I really like this. Again, I have nothing really bad to say. It's a very simple card, really. And by the way, have you guys noticed they have the rotation symbol on there? So if you guys are new, there's a little rotation symbol down here that tells us what's the set it's being used. So that's going to be how we're going to know rotation as new sets come out. All right, I think that was the last card from the spoilers today. These are pretty exciting. There actually are a handful of other cards that I have not checked out that I'm actually going to do right now. Believe it or not, I didn't get to get all of them in it. So if you're new or you don't know how to do this, you can go to the sets and Star Wars Unlimited database.com, and then you can go to Legends of the Force, right? And here you'll have all the cards that were listed, right? There were a couple of cards that I wanted to talk about that I did not include in the deck, and it was Darth Tyrannus. Okay, and Grogu. I didn't get to add these. All right. So Darth Tyrannus here, or Darth, or Dooku, as we mostly know him by. Great work. Can't wait to see the rest of the set. Oh yeah, we appreciate Next Issue Podcast. We definitely are excited to see this stuff. Yo, I'm gonna tell y'all this: Darth Tyrannus, 4 cost, ground unit. He's villainy only. He has 4 attack, 3 defense, His traits are Force, Separatist, Sith. He's shielded, and while the Force is with you, he gains Ambush. So, hey, remember that Darth Revan card saying that if you kill something, you get an experience token? This is the perfect example of why you would use Darth Tyrannus, right? If you have the Force, you're going to pay 4 resources to play Darth Tyrannus. You're going to ambush, kill anything that has 4 or less health. You don't die because you have a shield. You lose your shield. And guess what? You're going to use the Leader ability on Revan. And then now Darth Tyrannus becomes a 5/4. That's scary. Now, if there's a way to give him another shield, guess what? You crashing him into something else, guess what? He's gonna get another experience. Well, I guess he can't get another experience because he can't have one already. But you can give it to another unit, right? If they kill something, right? So that's you guys starting to see the synergy behind Darth Revan. Outside of Darth Tyrannus, I mean Darth Revan deck, I think Darth Tyrannus will be used. Why not, right? I want to see this guy in my OG Vader deck. I want to see this guy in Kylo deck. Figure out how I can get some Force and play him. I think he's going to be very powerful. Y'all, he gets 100% a smash. Like, there's no question about it. Next issue podcast, I totally agree with you. He is very, very good. Okay. This card is super small. I apologize that. Let me zoom in here. This is not me. This is the database, unfortunately. Okay. The Scimitar is a 4-cost space unit. His aspects are just villainy. It's a 3/4. His aspects are Sith, vehicle, and transport. And its text says, while this unit is damaged, it gets +3/+0. Again, this is not quite the conditional that like the previous cards. This is easy. It's easy to take damage in the game, and it really buffs it up. For 4 costs, I think it's a little undercosted on the base stats, but it makes up because of that effect. So the fact that you can swing in for 6, it's actually really good. Again, remember, I like to play aggro. I like to play mid-range. This is something I would use, I think, because there's ways that you can damage a unit. Remember, if you're also playing Darth Revan, you can swing into a smaller unit. You're not going to die. You can put experience token on it. And then now this guy can hit for 7. So this is actually pretty cool. Bronze highlight, he says combo with Kiris or Anakin. Yeah, for sure. For sure. I actually like this. I'm a fan of this spaceship. But I think again, I'm gonna just be consistent when it comes to conditionals like this. I tend to stay on the more, I guess, skeptical side. So I'm gonna have to pass on this one. I just have to, guys, because it's a conditional. We don't know if we're gonna actually see additional Sith. But I'll tell you this though, if you are having a double aggression deck, he won't be bad because you can swing in for 6, aggression ready him, and then swing in for 6 again. That's not too bad, right? So, all right. And the last one I have here is Grogu. Grogu is a 3-cost ground unit. His aspects are just heroism. He's a 1/6. Man, little Grogu got a big butt. He has the hidden keyword, meaning he can't be attacked. And it says action. Heal up to 2 damage from a unit. If you do, deal that much damage to a unit. All right, guys, I'm going to tell y'all this right now. I think Grogu is busted. He is a legendary, okay? He is a legendary. I'm actually looking to see how he looks like as a prestige. I hope we get a prestige foil of him. And forget about prestige serialized. I think those are going to be going crazy with collectors. But, oh man, this you literally can't kill Grogu with a unit. You only could kill it with a card. So this is a great way to heal up Sentinels. It's a great way to heal up your leaders. It man, I think Grogu is busted, y'all. Like, he is very, very good. Um, and it's just crazy. And then if there's some way you can give him a shield in case, like, I'm a villainy player, I was like, oh, I'm gonna kill Grogu with overwhelming barrage. If you could somehow give him a shield, then he's scarier. And then you throw a lightsaber on this boy, he's he's gonna be good. I think Grogu is really good. I so far I think Grogu's the best legendary I've seen so far. So Grogu gets 100% a smash, y'all. Um, but yeah, he's insane. Now I don't think there's any other cards I want to cover. I think I covered some other cards in a different video that I did. I think I dropped on Monday. Again, as we get more cards, we'll go ahead and review them. There's some of these other ones that are a little bit older. We'll cover those a later time. But at some point, as we start getting more and more cards, what I'm going to do is kind of look at them and do some tier list. Now, are these going to be the ones that you're going to play with in constructed versus limited? Which ones are you want to put in your decks? You'll definitely see that stuff coming out as we get closer to release date. Remember, the new set comes out in July. So we have this month, which is the Jump to Lightspeed. We have June, and then starting in July, we're going to have a brand new set. So this is going to be very exciting. Remember, if you haven't played Star Wars, this is the time to get in. Legends of the Force is going to be so much fun. And if you're a Star Wars fan, this is the set you're going to start playing if you haven't played. And if you're new to my channel, hey, I make guides, deck techs, I'll talk about meta, all designed for new players. So I'm here to help you. But anyways, guys, this was a quick live. I just want to jump up, talk about some of these new cards that were released. We'll talk about some more as the time we get more spoilers. But next stream I'll be on will be Thursday. We'll be covering any spoilers that come on Wednesday and Thursday. But thank you for your time, guys. Peace.